get started with the content. So the ultimate guide to taking charge of your health. And why is this important, right? And what are those things that you can do to take charge of your health? So I have notes, which is super helpful. First of all, I want to welcome everybody. I want to say that I am so glad to be sharing this information with you. I'm super happy that you're joining us this evening and that you stayed up late. If you're on the East Coast, I know it's not super, or if you're on the West Coast, it's not super late. On the East Coast, I am now realizing that these are super late, and I get it. So we're just going to kind of jump right in, right? One of the things that's interesting, so we're off and running, is health has many, many different definitions. The definition I like to give for health when I am at a Nourish Festival event or we're doing a Hacking Your Health Live is that from Don Ardell, who says that health is not the mere absence of disease, but the continual striving for a better life, right? But health in general, if you look at the World Health Organization, they say the definition of health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not the mere absence of a disease, which I love. Now, Merriam-Webster says, on the other hand, it states health is the continue of being sound in body, mind, and spirit. So there's their continuum, right? The meanings are very, very similar. What I find interesting is when we discuss health in a typical environment, a lot of people think that health means that you have no diseases at all. And I want you guys to understand that just because you have a chronic disease doesn't mean you're not healthy. And what's very also good to know is that 86% of the US population has a chronic disease. So know that you are not alone if you've been diagnosed with something that has no cure and you're going to have to live with it for the rest of your life. Now, with that being said, tonight we're going to talk about taking charge of your health. So who's with me on taking charge of your health and kind of defining that journey? So one of the most important discoveries you will make in your life is finding your purpose. And if you've never actually been able to put your finger on something and say, this is my purpose in life, I would encourage you to do an ikigai, to find that Japanese practice, find some YouTube videos. Dr. Christy Hughes has some great tutorials on the ikigai. You can Google that and just go through that and spend some time finding your purpose. Another place that's great to find your purpose is a book by Rick Warren on finding your purpose as well. So that's a faith-based book, but the ikigai is non-denominational. Amazing. So if you have a clear purpose, it leads you to a clear value in your life. My purpose in life has been very, very clear for the last several years. My purpose is to heal others, to be open about my faith, to move forward, to tell my story, and to create inspiration and empowerment for other women to find healing of their own health, right? And I know that's my purpose and that's my calling. Once you have that clear purpose, it guides your life. It helps you to be able to correct the processes, to create the actions, to create the goals that mean changing your lifestyle. For myself, being on the East Coast this whole week and yet still getting up at 6 a.m. to do a workout, which means it's like 5 a.m. my traditional time, and then being up late because it is my passion and my purpose to be here to help you. Purpose is very, very unique for everyone. Everybody has a different and defined purpose. Some of the questions that you might think about when you're thinking about what is your defined journey, what is your defined purpose is, who am I? Where do I belong? What is my culture? What are my values? What makes me feel fulfilled? Where do I find joy in my life? Using some of those questions to find your purpose can be super helpful. If you know what your gifts are and you know what your passions are and you know what your values are, you're going to find your purpose. It's where those three come together. So if you've ever done a Venn diagram where you take the three circles and you put them together and where they overlap, you could call that your superpower, but that's your purpose, right? So if you have a circle of everything that you are gifted at, another circle of everything you have passion for, brings you great joy, and another one of your values, where they begin to overlap is where you're going to find your purpose in life. By defining your gifts, your passion, and your values, your purpose is going to be so clear, and you're going to know why you were put on this earth, what you were here to do. We were all given a much bigger purpose. We were all given something that, we're here to do. We're here to create impact. We're here for missions. And I would encourage all of you to find out what is your true calling. What is your mission? And go out and do it, because you're going to have greater joy every day. You're going to find that time doesn't matter. You're going to find that you go to bed happy, you wake up eager for your days, and you just love life. And challenges don't even matter anymore because you've got a bigger purpose. All right, so getting out of your head, right? After you identify your purpose, the next most important and we've learned that that's normal. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. I'm wondering. It says I'm recording. I thought I was sharing slides. Let's try this again. This will be interesting. Just pop back on. All right, guys. I don't know what happened. I was recording, so hopefully we're good to go. I'm going to keep going with the content. If you're joining us, welcome. My name is Tiffany. I'm out of the Chicago market. If we've never met, I am a certified functional medicine coach. We're talking about getting your health back, gaining better stuff. We just talked about purpose. We started talking about getting out of your head. Hopefully this is recording well. If not, I'll re-record it tomorrow and we'll be all right. I am on shared internet, so I'm going to watch that internet, but we are back live. So again, welcome back. I have no idea what happened and where it went, but it popped back up. So I'm grateful for that. All right, so we all have the ability to practice mindfulness. We have to know that it's a skill and it takes practice to be mindful. With that being said, I've got people texting me, all kinds of stuff going on. Sorry, guys. You have to practice it, right? And so mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, to be fully aware of what you are doing. And I can tell you these text messages are an interruption. They create me being unmindful of what's going on right here. So mindfulness is the practice of being aware of what's going on, to focus, to listen, to interact, to be in that moment with yourself, in the moment with those around you, in the moment of what's going on. Now, with practice, mindfulness allows you to avoid becoming overreactive, overstressed, overwhelmed, and lets you kind of move through what's going on with grace and peace. And so that is amazing. Mindfulness, what you might have also already guessed, is both science and experience. They demonstrate that it's a positive benefit on our health, creates more happiness, happiness in our health, happiness in our relationships, happiness in our work, happiness in our overall lives. The ultimate goal with mindfulness is to be present in that moment. For example, if you take time to pause and breathe, which I'm not doing as I'm talking, I understand that, you will become more mindful, especially if the phone rings. And instead of rushing to answer it, you just kind of take a breath, you look at who it is, you consciously become aware, and then you answer the phone so you can be fully present in the conversation. Sometimes that's hard, especially if it's somebody you don't want to talk to and you're screening your calls. But in other times, being present to the conversation and having empathy for whatever's going on in their life creates a deeper conversation and makes them feel like they're actually welcome, right? When they call you, like you're welcoming their call and you're going to be there for them to listen, to joke, to laugh, to give them suggestions, to maybe help them, guide them, right? So we're going to look at some techniques that can help you get started with mindfulness if you're not already practicing mindfulness, first of all. Now my slides are, there we go. All right. So no more autopilot, right? No more just going with it. How many of you have actually driven somewhere, gotten there, and then not even remembered how you drove there because you were just like on autopilot? We call it like a trained monkey in some instances. My husband calls it a trained monkey, but it's the same thing. Mindfulness can be practiced any time of day, no matter where you are. It's estimated that 95% of our behaviors run on autopilot. Whether we wash the dishes, we turn on the radio, we drive to and from work, we drive to and from school, all of those become autopilot. We breathe, all of that's autopilot, right? Now think about the times you're driving, we just talked about this, and your destinations, and then Can you even recall what you saw, the road signs you passed, or the people that were standing at the stoplights? Probably not if you're on autopilot. Now, if you were to take a deep breath and you were to become focused on what is going on, you might start to pay attention and you might see the woman on the street corner, or you might remember what the sign said of the homeless guy standing there begging for cash, right? First of all, you need to wake up in the morning and you need to take some deep breaths. You need to set your intentions for the day. What do you want for the day? Do you want more happiness? Do you want to remember to appreciate people, places, and things? Do you want your day to be filled with ease? You need to mindfully, either verbally or mentally, state what you want for your day and set those intentions when you very first wake up. And then when you're doing the mundane task, like washing the dishes or folding the socks or whatever those mundane things are for you, the thoughts I know in your head can start to take over, and you can start to either replay what happened in your day or start to play like forward thinking, which could become worry. And you don't want to necessarily let that bother you. Instead, you should just breathe through those moments. Maybe put on some music so that you're not going one direction or the other. Keep your thoughts from wandering, right? Think about the smell of the soap. Be mindful of the clean dishes. Like I said, to the music, maybe look out the window and be mindful of the nature or the changing of seasons. Don't get angry at yourself if you start to drift back to yesterday or the future. It's okay. Just let the thoughts pass through your head. It can be very, very helpful also if you're doing mindfulness practices to set a timer on your phone for like 3 minutes and then just kind of do breathing or sit with yourself for silence for 3 minutes. That will create more mindfulness for you. The more you practice, the more natural the mindfulness will become, and it will also become automatic for you. Okay, the other thing you can do to create more mindfulness is journaling. I absolutely love journaling. We have a brand new gratitude journal that you can get on Amazon called the Thrive Clean Daily Gratitude Journal. But journaling itself is an excellent tool for health. It's a simple act of writing down your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to understand them more clearly. Because when you write, you just kind of get everything out of your head onto the paper, and then later on you could go back and read it for deeper understanding. Anyone struggling with stress, depression, anxiety can particularly benefit from keeping a journal. It can help you gain control over the emotions, but it can also help improve your mental state. There are some key things that have been noted from journaling, right? Improved stress, reduction in stress, improved immune system functions, lower blood pressure, and better blood sugar also come from journaling. So, and you can also actually have improved sleep as well. And so journaling is a great way to evoke that mindfulness. If you've never journaled, one of the things that we do in the Thrive Clean coaching program is we do weekly journaling. So you don't have to journal every single day, but once a week you spend 10 to 15 minutes with a prompt, journaling and answering a question. If you are somebody that's seeking journaling, I would suggest you join our summer program. And I'm going to talk more about the summer program at the end of the webinar. So stay tuned for that. There's also a free bonus. So don't hang up right away, or don't leave the webinar until you get to find out how to get your free bonus as well. Okay. Teaching an old dog new tricks. First of all, if you were on our brain health challenge recently, you learned that learning new things was a way to create brain exercise and another way to get rid of dementia or keep it further away from you. But another powerful tool, just like it says here, for continuing that health journey is to learn new things. Just because your school days are no longer around, right? You've either graduated or you've moved on, doesn't mean you have to stop learning. You could learn something new, whether it's a new hobby or a new language or how to play a new musical instrument, or maybe you could just go learn how to sing. Additionally, that adds brain chemistry changes that create new synapses and neuroplasticity in your brain, right? Which gets rid of dementia and keeps Alzheimer's further away from you. So if you're afraid or worry about those, you definitely want to pick up some new tricks. You want to learn some new things. According to an article in the Psychology magazine, learning is the core need for psychological well-being. It actually creates happiness in people. Learning can help you build confidence, but it can also help you have a sense of well-being and a sense of worth, right? The best part is you can learn whatever you want. We went through, right? We said instruments, music, language, hobbies. Maybe you could learn gardening. This guy here is learning to paint. The best thing you can do is to learn whatever you want. Pick something you want to learn and then just go either watch a YouTube video and try it or go take a class somewhere in the community. They offer tons of free classes anymore. You could even do a meetup group and go to a meetup group for something that you're wanting to learn and find other people that can help teach you and mentor you. So you can also look at Skillshare.com, and that'll give you some other ideas about learning and new things in your life. Now, mind, body, soul. Optimal health is about finding nourishing ways for your mind, body, and soul. Finding balance is vital to cultivate the mind, body, soul connection. Now, work-life balance is a joke. Sorry, but it's true. So just find balance in your overall life together. Yoga is a great physical way to find strength and balance. You could also use meditation. Other things that you can do to find balance could be sports, getting out in nature, taking your shoes off, standing in the ground barefoot, doing some grounding work would be a great way to find balance. And then just surrounding yourself in life with things that you love and that ignite your senses. Being fit. Now, don't think you were going to get away from a webinar with me without talking about exercise. It's part of my 5-step program, actually. Physical movement exercise is amazing. Fitness doesn't mean you have to go to the gym 5 days a week. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere else, you know that I don't work out 5 days a week. I should, but normally it's 3 to 4. It also doesn't mean you have to do a full hour workout. I get 20 minutes in and I feel amazing, and that's plenty. So you have to be up to challenge yourself, but you don't have to be up to kill yourself, okay? Does anybody currently take in physical activity that you actually enjoy? If you do, pop that in the chat box. Let us know what kinds of physical activity that you currently do that you really enjoy. Lately, I've been doing a thing called Transform 20 through Beachbody. Love it. It's a stepper. It's kind of old school, but it's great physical activity. It brings on a sweat in less than 20 minutes. It's perfect for my time, for my schedule, and I love leveraging that program on my phone when I'm traveling. So with that being said, the most healthy adults, the Department of Health and Human Services recommends getting at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise at least twice a week. Now, like I just said, 20 minutes a day is plenty. Don't worry about doing more than 20 unless you want to. That can include walking, swimming, mowing your yard. So if you do any kind of landscaping work, that counts. If you chase your children around, you go up and down stairs, that counts. If you go to the grocery store and walk around for more than 20 minutes, that counts. So don't think that you have to have a gym membership, guys. You just have to do 20 minutes of moving your body, right? Strength training's great, but you don't have to do that as well. You could do resistance, you could do yoga, you could do dance. Any of that stuff is awesome. Get creative in your physical activity and find something you really enjoy that you could either do with a friend or you really enjoy it by yourself, okay? Because it's super important for you to be fit if we're going to improve your health. Get off your butt. Seriously. Literally, get off your butt. It's interesting because I bring this up. Science is now showing that sitting on your butt for 12 hours a day is basically the same as smoking, and that it does as much damage. So get up, walk around the office, do a few laps, walk in the parking lot, but just get off your bottom, okay? That is super important too when it comes to heart health. Now, moving on. Alternative therapies. Alternative therapies for me mean essential oils, but alternative therapies here, acupuncture, massage therapy, Reiki healings can all help lower your blood pressure. They can help improve your circulation. They can help with your posture, which I'm not really sitting up straight right now, and they can help strengthen your immune system. So if you think that you've, like, for instance, acupuncture, right? I had acupuncture when I was going through infertility treatments. My mother uses acupuncture to relieve her shoulder pain, and my husband actually just got acupuncture when we were in Atlanta for the very first time in his life, and he's in his late 40s. So just because you're aging and you've never tried something doesn't mean you can't try it. Give it a whirl. You might find that the alternative therapy is amazing. There's some new med spas. So you could do like a salt bath. You could do a infrared sauna, which is super good for people with skin cancer. You could do like a cryo freeze, or you could go to a float place. There's so many alternative therapies that can help you with improving your health, but also reducing your stress. And they can be fun. They could be really, really pleasurable. So go out and try an alternative therapy that you've been wondering about and you haven't done it yet. Just give it a try. Okay, now we're going to talk about essential oils. I love essential oils. Essential oils are powerful health benefits. You can, as you can see here, diffuse them. You can put them on with a topical oil on your skin or on the bottoms of your feet. Some of the oils that you might use to mix before you put it on your skin would be a coconut oil as a carrier, almond oil as a carrier, even olive oil as a carrier is a great way to mix the essential oil with another oil to basically dilute it a little bit so you don't burn your skin and you can put it on your skin. Now, aromatherapy is awesome because you start to breathe in the oil. It can help with better sleeping. You want to be careful that you're not digesting essential oils, especially if they're not FDA certified and they're not 100% pure. So I would very, very read the labels and don't just stick them in your body unless you know what you're doing, okay? That being said, we're going to talk about a few oils that I absolutely love and what are their uses. And as you can see here, lavender. Lavender is one of the most commonly used oils. I like it for calming. I put it in the tub when the girls are taking a bath with some sea salt. It helps them relax. It helps them go to sleep. It also helps with inflammation. So if you've got arthritis in your hands or your elbows or your fingers, rubbing lavender oil will help reduce that inflammation and take away some of the pain. Lavender oil also is amazing if you burn yourself. Pouring it on a burn will help reduce that blister. It's great for breathing. I could go on and on. Headaches. Lavender is an amazing oil. Frankincense is another one that we use around our house on a regular basis. Frankincense is known as antibacterial, okay? It helps with digestion. It's an antiseptic. It's a disinfectant. Both of my daughters got spider bites over the winter, and they had the swelling and the cellulitis, and I can tell you that we would open up the bites and we would put frankincense inside and it went away. We didn't need antibiotics. I also have used frankincense on DH, like cysts that you get from gluten, and it will clear that up right away as well. Myrrh is one that I like to use for cuts because it seals the skin and it helps seal it back up. So if you've got stitches or you've got paper cuts, myrrh is a great oil that I use for that. Peppermint oil helps with digestion and headaches. And then oregano helps as a, keeps worms away, first of all, helps as a bacterial agent, and it kills other germs and bugs. So if you are dealing with the flu or cold, you can put oregano in a diffuser or put oregano on the bottoms of your feet, and it'll help you heal. I'm going to take a drink of water because I am doing a lot of talking. Sleep. Do you guys realize sleep will improve your health? Sleep is another essential way to get the most out of your health and to get your health back where you need to go. Your body is tired because it needs rest, and until you sleep, it cannot refocus using the energy that your body has left over to regenerate, right? And to repair itself. So you really do need to sleep. We need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every single night. And for some of you, I know that's really difficult. You're going to say, oh, but I have insomnia. Oh, I can't sleep. I'm in so much pain. I get it. But you really need to strive for 7 to 10 hours of sleep, 7 to 9 hours, of sleep. The only way that you, not only do you need to get enough sleep to starve off at like immune issues or from getting sick, but poor sleep can also cause additional weight gain. It can cause type 2 diabetes. It can cause liver issues because you're not flushing out your liver at night. It can cause heart disease and even strokes. So sleep is super important. So you need to find some sort of sleep regimen or sleep pattern so that you can go to bed at night, whether that means using some lavender oil or taking a warm bath before you lay down and then listening to like a deep sleep meditation or a guided meditation, or maybe you play like the sound of the ocean, or you need to play the sound of rain or something. But you need to figure out whatever that routine is so that you get your sleep, okay? And then what I just said, creating a routine. I got ahead of myself, but you need to create that routine. It's super important. You also need to remember that you need to go to bed at the exact same time, even if you are not going to sleep. So if your bedtime is 9 p.m., you need to be in your bed at 9 p.m. If you're not tired, I would say read a book. Don't watch TV. Don't be on your phone. Don't pick up a Kindle because the light is going to play with your brain. But a good old-fashioned book with a lamp would be perfect. Or doing a deep sleep meditation and listening to that with your eyes closed would be great. Doing your prayers, doing any sort of gratitude journaling if you're not tired, but you need to be in your physical place. You need to have all of the electronics shut off, preferably outside of your room. And then start to relax, right? You should have no alcohol, caffeine, or any of that stuff late in the day. Avoid the narcotics and the nicotine before bed, just saying. And then you should really try to avoid prescription sleep medication because it can interfere with your natural body rhythms, and it can interfere with your overall sleeping for a long time. Okay, water. Water, if you have ever been any part of our coaching groups, you know that we focus on water. Water is vitally, vitally important. Staying hydrated is crucial for your health. Staying hydrated keeps the toxins flushing out. Staying hydrated helps you with digestion, helps you with circulation, helps create saliva, helps with transportation of nutrients. It helps with maintenance and body temperature. Water-rich foods like fruits and lettuce and some of those vegetables and even broth-based soups that have water in them will help you feel more full if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to like stick to certain things in your diet. But you also need to continue to drink clean, clear water, not just tea or flavored water or sparkling water, but really good, clear water for your body's benefit. It's going to help flush out your system. And if you've read anything recently on our Instagram, you know that your lymph nodes are like your oil filters in your body. They're going to need this water in order to remove the stuff that they have to filter out using sweat. Okay. So if you're somebody that's sweating in the middle of the day or you're finding yourself sweating in your sleep, you probably got some toxin buildup in your body, and we need to work together to get that out so you're not having those problems. So that'd be another reason you might want to join our summer program that we're getting started. All right. Now, getting your vitamins. A lot of you know that I don't necessarily promote a whole lot of supplementation. There are certain supplements that I believe that, yes, you truly do need, but I don't necessarily go out and say, hey, you need to be taking a multivitamin, because I really believe you can get it from your food. Our fruits and vegetables are packed with essential vitamins and minerals that our bodies need. You might need an enzyme to break the food down to get all of the micronutrients and all of the vitamins and minerals out of the food. But I truly think that our food has the majority of our multivitamin in it. Fact in point, I have not taken a multivitamin for more than 10 years. Now, I did take a micronutrient test recently, and we're waiting on the results. But I feel amazing, and I just focus on getting 6 to 9 cups of vegetables a day, okay? So you have to look at the benefits of eating a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables. And those can include lower blood pressure, lower inflammation, lower blood sugar, reduced headaches, reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, less obesity, right? All of those things happen when you start to increase the amounts of fruits and vegetables. And if you just heard me a second ago, 6 to 9 cups of vegetables before you even start your fruit. So that's a lot. I get it, but it's doable. And I can teach you how to do that as well with our Thrive Clean program. That is one of the things that we do. It's built right into the menus. You don't really have to give it a lot of thought. And by the end of the day, and by you've got all your vegetables. And by the end of week 1, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. It's because you're getting the phytonutrients and the antioxidants and the minerals that you really need from your food that your cells have been starving for. Now, skip the supplements. I started to talk about this, but I do want to go into a little bit more detail. You don't necessarily need every single supplement they make on the market, right? You don't necessarily need a multivitamin. You might need iron, especially if you're a woman and you're still having regular cycles and menstruation. You might need iron. We probably all need vitamin D3. By the way, that's a even though they call it a vitamin, it's a hormone. And our skin makes it in the sun, but when we don't get enough sun or when we wear sunscreen, we don't make vitamin D3. So you're going to need some D3. You probably also need some omega because not a lot of Americans are eating oily fish. But there's not a ton of vitamins or supplements that everybody needs to be taking. You should take a probiotic and you should take a full spectrum enzyme so that you can pull the vitamins and the minerals out of the food, right? And you can feed your microbiome. And so that is something we can talk about. And if you're interested in figuring out like, what are the supplements that I specifically need versus taking a supplement for a whole bunch of things and just taking pills that you're wasting your money? Because I can tell you, if you pee and it's green or you pee and it's yellow, you're just peeing out your supplements. You're wasting your cash, okay? So we got to figure out how to get you the right supplements. And I can help you order a micronutrient test if you want, if it's something you're interested in. And it can tell you exactly where your nutrients are and then tell you exactly what supplements you should be taking. And you get everything back with some ideas for dosaging as well, based on everybody's unique body. So it's a really cool test for around $400. And you can use your HSA. All right, with that being said, the other thing you need to be careful with in supplements is the synthetic, right? A lot of them are using synthetics now. A lot of them have gluten in them. A lot of them are just not really great for you. So if you're getting your supplements at Walgreens or Walmart, I would caution you to find a better nutraceutical company so you are getting supplements that actually really have nutritional value, okay? And if you're looking for a pharmacy that's really good with nutraceuticals, I can connect you there as well, okay? So we have some great connections. More than 95% of all of our vitamins and supplements sold today are synthetic. And it's really sad to think that if you were to walk into a store, 95% of the stuff on the shelf are synthetic. And it's why I say go to food first, because you're wasting your money. And money it's important in healthcare because we spend so much money on trying to get healthy. And then when you waste it on something, I feel bad. I feel like it's a scam. It just truly is a scam. So get what you need first and foremost from the foods they're eating, and then supplement only if you still have a gap, okay? You can go, let's see here. All right, staying well. One of the most overlooked ways of taking charge of your health is keeping up with your annual screenings. And that to me is your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your CBD, along with a metabolic panel, right? Going and just getting a physical is great, but you also have to do the additional testing to make sure you're not at risk for anything else. Having your DNA, I think, is amazing because then you kind of know what your future could hold if you triggered something. The other thing I would say with staying well and with those annual testing is every 5 years you should get an antibody screening along with a allergy screening just to make sure that you don't have any allergies. There is also, as you're aging, if you've got a family that has dementia or Alzheimer's, there is some things called neurozoomer that they can do to see if you're starting to have early signs so you can start to reverse that. And Dr. Dale Brennison does a lot of research there. We actually have a doctor in Chicago that I can do referrals to if you're interested in getting like an Alzheimer's or dementia pre-screening, right? So Dr. Sylvia does that stuff and she's right there in Chicago. Great, great doctor. So don't think of your doctor as a place to go when you're sick, but instead think of your holistic integrated doctors as a place to go to remain well. And that's super important. It's preventative medicine. And when you do preventative medicine, you don't always need to then end up on prescription drugs for the rest of your life. And that's super, super important. Another thing you want to do is check with your dentist. If you've got inflammation of the gums or you've got inflammation and gingivitis or other things, or periodontal disease, you've got leaky gums, which are going to cause leaky brain, which will cause a whole bunch of other things to go on. So make sure you're getting regular checkups at your dentist. Make sure you're not doing the fluoride because that's a poison. Make sure that you're keeping your teeth brushed, you're flossing regularly, and you may be even doing some coconut pulling because that can be super healthy to pull out some of the bacteria in your mouth. There are also some, if you are somebody that gets white things in the corners of your mouth, I'm going to tell you right now, you have too much sugar in your body because that is a sign of yeast. and you're growing yeast in your mouth. And that's why you're getting those little white, like, pockets of stuff on the corners of your mouth. That being said, they make oral probiotics that'll go in and clean up that yeast overgrowth, okay? So you can do a stomach probiotic for sure, but you could also do an oral, which you kind of like suck and chew on to get rid of that. So I want you to have a beautiful smile. I want your teeth to be awesome. And you do that through brushing and flossing and rinsing, but you also do that through regular dental checkups, because the dentist is somewhere where if you've got inflammation of the gums, you've got inflammation somewhere else in your body. And so we can start to help you clean up the inflammation for the whole body before it gets completely out of hand. Reducing your clutter. This is another one of my 5 steps, right? On Thursdays, it's a declutter day. See this kitchen? This is totally stressed me out. But that being said, clutter causes stress. Stress affects the adrenals. The adrenals affect the pituitary, and the pituitary affects your thyroid. And then you got thyroid disease. So just get the junk out. Do one of those Marie Kondo things. Maybe not to that extent. But anyway, and just clean the clutter up. Do some donation. Have some yard sales. I don't even want to deal with the yard sale anymore. I just want to donate it and be done with it. But go through, if it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't have a use, if you haven't used it for a year, get it out of your house, get it out of your work environment, take it out of your garage, just get rid of it. The sight of clutter can cause anxiety, like we just talked about, but it can also affect your sleep. So if you're sleeping in a room that's completely cluttered, or you've got a closet that's a disarray, close the door first of all, and then take some time and leverage that time to get it cleaned out. The messy house can cause chaotic mornings. It can cause you to be frantic. It can cause you to lose your keys, you lose your wallet, or lose your purse, and then not get out on time, which causes more frustration, which leads to detrimental things with your health later on. So just clean up your environment. And then this rewind, I love this. So I know we just talked about a ton of information. I know that I just talked super, super fast, and we've been on here about 40 minutes. So I'm going to do a little bit of a rewind for you and walk you through what we just talked about in just a list, right? So first thing we talked about was setting your purpose, finding your purpose, figuring out why you're here. Then we talked about mindfulness. And we talked about not living on autopilot. And then we talked about journaling, expanding your knowledge by learning something new. We talked about physical fitness, activity. We talked about avoiding sitting down for long periods of time. We talked about treating yourself to acupuncture, acupressure, a new type of holistic practice. We talked about essential oils. We talked about sleep, water, eating plants and vegetables. We talked about checking your supplementation and potentially getting some blood work to know if you really need supplements. And then we talked about your wellness visits with your doctor and your dentist. And yes, that is a lot of information. And then we just talked about clutter and cleaning out your house. Now, that being said, we have made it through all of this content. Yes, this was a lot. I want to say congratulations for spending this hour. If you have questions, put them in the chat. I'm going to come back to the chat with you. I hope that you are feeling a little bit better about like things that you can do in your life to make a big difference in your health. And I have to say, out of all of those things we talked about, even if you were to do 5, huge difference in your health. And if I could suggest the 5 for you to do, I'd say food, water, declutter, exercise, journaling. Pick up those 5. And if you're somebody that's like, Tiffany, I need to pick up those 5. How do I do that? I'm glad you stuck around to the end of this webinar so I can tell you some great information on how you can make that happen. So we are starting a summer program. We are starting a awesome program for summer. And if you are in on the summer program before May 1st, you're going to get a free copy of the Thrive Clean workbook and a gratitude journal, right? And the Thrive Clean workbook is $200. So you're getting a free workbook for $200 just by joining the summer program. The summer program is a group coaching program. We're going to run it May, June, July, and the first 2 weeks of August. We're going to do weekly Zoom calls. So just like we're on here tonight, they will not be this late because I'm learning my lessons. But we'll actually talk to each other. We'll see each other. You can join from your phone. You can join from your laptop. It'll be your opportunity to get hands-on coaching. You're going to do weekly journaling because we just talked about journaling. We're going to do some physical activity together. We'll post some different videos. We've got a group moderator that's coming in. There'll be menus for you every single week. There will be a grocery list already made for you every single week. There will be recipes. So you're going to have weeks and weeks of recipes that you can then use in the fall. You can use them in the winter, and you can just repeat them. The recipes and the food plan are based on an elimination diet. I don't want to scare anybody, but it's a core functional medicine protocol for anybody that's dealing with an autoimmune disease. And what I know is 86% of our population has an autoimmune disease. And so, for that being said, this diet plan that we're going to work with is a huge game changer for the general population. You're going to have better mobility. You're going to have less headaches. You're going to have less abdominal cramping. You might even lose a little bit of weight. Your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol are going to be greatly improved at the end of the 3 months. If you are somebody that has a specific regimen or specific food allergies, we will work with you to tailor everything specifically for you. We can do a one-off phone call to make sure you're on track. You're going to have boundaries. You'll have an accountability group, which I love. You're going to have access to my private documentary library. You'll have access to private YouTube videos. It's truly, truly going to be amazing. What I want you to know is I'm going to post tomorrow the link for you to join for the 3 months, right? And the group coaching is only $246 a month. And if you sign up before May 1st, which is like in 2 days, I think, then you're going to get a free workbook. And the workbook is the Thrive Clean book, right? The $200 book plus a gratitude journal. Now, if you use the whole gratitude journal before the end of the 3 months, then I'll send you a free one, right? I'll get you a free replacement because you're using it. And I love that you're using it. If you are somebody that's on the webinar and you're like, Tiffany, I'm in. I know that I need this, right? We've already had 3 women sign up for this. It's not just women. If you're a gentleman and you're on the call, you're more than welcome to join us as well, because it is to get your life back together, to get your health back on track. But we already have 3 women in, and they're super excited. They're amazingly excited for this. So I would love for you to join them. Be excited. If you are on this webinar and you're like, hey, I know that I'm going to do this group thing, go ahead and put it in the comments. I can work with you this evening. We'll get you all set up and we can start shipping your books to you this week. Okay. If you were somebody that's like, yeah, I don't know, I need my friend to do it with me. Okay. I'm going to send you the link to this webinar so you can share it and they can watch it and they can start to understand everything we talked about tonight will be rediscussed in great detail as we go through the summer. You will also get discounts, 25% off any nutraceuticals or supplements that you may need based on your individual body, right? If you need access to get metabolic testing done or nutrient testing done, I can help you get that as well. If you're somebody that's like, I'm just really scared about dementia and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, I'll connect you to Dr. Sylvia. She can help you this summer, okay? So I want you to know that the program we're setting up this summer is like our one-on-one coaching. Our one-on-one coaching is a $3,000 package for the exact same amount of time. What you're getting in the summer program is you're getting the one-on-one coaching in a group atmosphere, but you're getting all the same core content. You're getting me every week. You're getting access to everything that all the private clients that I work with do. And you need to just leverage the lower price, the summer price of the $246, okay? You guys, we made it through the content. The bonus, right? What is the bonus because you stayed with this? If you sign up by May 1st, not only do you get the free Thrive Clean workbook, the gratitude journal, you're also going to get a t-shirt, a Thrive Clean shirt, okay? That's the bonus. It's the Thrive Clean shirt. I want to thank you, but I really want to say congratulations. You stuck out the webinar. You made it. I am going to get out of the slides. I'm going to jump over to the Zoom chat, and we're going to see if we have anybody that has questions. I don't want to stop the video. I just want to stop the sharing so I can see the chat box. Hey, guys. All right, so with that being said, if you have questions, drop them in the chat box because I'd love to answer those for you. My phone is going off at the same time. Okay, so if you've got questions, drop them in the chat box. Again, okay, so that being said, are we starting May 1st? No, we are shipping everything out May 1st. We are starting the following Monday. I believe it's May 6th. So we will kick off May 6th with the summer program. It will run for 12 consecutive weeks. That means you get 12 one-on-one phone calls. It means that you'll have 12 weeks of journaling. It means that you have access, like I said, like every other private client. Okay. So great question. If there's any other questions, let me know. I'm getting messages from home, so I'm going to need to call home. I will post this recording. You will get an email tomorrow. I will also post it in the Thrive Clean Eating community for anybody else. If you want to share it, you can email it directly to them. Tell them that you're going to do the group program for the summer. You're going to get your health back together, and you want them to join you. And if you have anybody joining you, you get a commission, because I pay everybody affiliate fees. So if somebody were to join you, you would get 10% of their joining cost. So $24 times 3 months, it's about 75 bucks. It's pretty cool, huh? For just sharing some information with somebody. Again, thank you for this evening. I look forward to talking with you. If you've got any questions, feel free to text me or message me, and I will talk to you soon. And we'll get started May 6th. It'll be a blast. Bye.